who is speaking about the autonomous cars, and I'm Jenny.
Ella.
Natalie.
James. Cody.
And these are outlines. And let's talk about the definition of the autonomous cars first. The autonomous cars is a vehicle that can guide itself without human conduction, such as the driverless cars and the self-driving cars. It uses firmware cars or technologies and built with the GPS sensors knowledge to help with navigation, and it uses sensors or other equipment to avoid collisions. It also has the ability to use a range of technologies known as augmented reality, which are vehicles display information to drivers in new and innovative ways. And there are some differences between the driverless cars and self-driving cars. First of all, the driverless car is full of cameras and the sensors, and it has no the steering wheel and the pedals. It do all the work for you, and it is just a pace which you can just relax. And for the self-driving cars, although it has some similar auto drive function, but it still have to pay the human input, such as turn off the filters or turn it back on. And there are some examples, such as the MAPE display shows the results of the driverless cars, which is F015 luxury in motion in the 2000 CES. It built with the 3D map data with GPS to achieve the autonomous driving and route planning. And the other example is the Google cars. But first, let's see a short video to show you guys what this car looks like. And you can see in this video, this car is doesn't have the steering wheels and throttle and brake. And there you can see that there are just two buttons between the seat and the passengers. Doesn't put any human input. And in front of the passengers, there is a small screen showing the weather, current speed, and the small countdown animations to the large. And the following, I will show you another video to you how to use the self-driving. To use the self-driving cars, first thing you need to do is to tell the cars your definition, and it will show on the monitors and pan the routes just like the screen, and it will help you to drive, and you don't need to put any human input. It will see the speed limits, traffic patterns, and this red button is the auto drive function. If you want to test the phones or something else in the cars. And this is the user's method of the autonomous cars, and this method is similar for the driverless cars too. And now I will pass to Ella to talk about the history part.
So the earliest history of autonomous car can be traced back into 1925. The Hodina Radio Control Company in New York demonstrated a radio-controlled car which controlled by a second car following close behind. This experiment has been reported on New York Times the next day. Then, in 1980, SRI International and Carnegie Mellon University in United States developed the ALV project, which successfully achieved the road demonstration that used later computer vision and autonomous robotic control to direct a robotic vehicle. Then, in 2009, the Google started its own self-driving project. A year later, it built an entirely fleet of self-driving cars, which clocked a total 140,000 miles. Those cars use video cameras, radar sensor, and a laser rangefinder to detect other traffic as well as detailed map to navigate the road ahead. And in 2015, the world's first driverless car has its first ride on Texas public road. Nowadays, not only Google, companies like MBW, GM, and banks also has their sights set on self-driving market. Apart from these automobile manufacturers, there are some approval bills that have to make a progress in developing autonomous car. For example, in US, there are total 12 states passed legislation related to autonomous vehicle, including from California and DC. And usage of autonomous car is also allowed in Germany. So apart from Europe and America, Asia is playing the important part in this revolution. Take China as an example. Because of its relaxed regulation on testing self-driving system, companies would like to take China as the starting point for their innovation, like Tsang, an innovative technology company where it's based in San Diego and Beijing. It is now working on an automatic trunking platform in order to replace the older original track. Thus, it can be seen that the development of autonomous car is not confined in specific country, but going globally. In the future, we would like to say autonomous car could be combined with the technology of airplane, which makes the car no longer be a ground transport, but also capable of both driving on ground and flying in sky. And also, we can think that the autonomous car can apply in every single district in the future.
So for the computer technology involved, autonomous cars mainly rely on three computer technologies. First would be the range of sensors. They include the radar. It is responsible for the adaptive cruise control, simply by receiving the reflected microwaves so as to identify the location and speed of the nearby vehicles. Second, lidar. It is more precise than the radar. It helps to create a dynamic 3D map of the car's current environment. Also helps to look for edges and lane markings on the road by sending laser beam and receive the pulses of light that is bounced off from the surrounding objects and undergo further calculation. Third, ultrasonic sensors. It is especially used to assist parking and to detect the distance and position of the nearby objects through the reflective sound waves. Last, video cameras. Basically, it feeds videos to image recognition software in order to recognize traffic lights, read road signs, and to keep track of other pedestrians and vehicles. Next, the global positioning system, which is also known as the GPS. It receives signal from satellites and integrates information from various sensors, thereby revealing the vehicle's current location, including the path and directions on the map in a real-time basis. Last but not least, would be the central computer. It integrates all the data detected by the sensors and simulate the perceptual and decision-making process in humans and manipulate driving actions like steering, acceleration, and brakes. Better to note that an override function would enable the driver to take control of the self-driving car. As for the limitations, autonomous cars are not suitable for driving in the cities, as there are a lot to keep track of, like pedestrians, traffic lanes, and etc. All this may increase the risk of getting errors. What's more, it is also difficult for the GPS system to locate properly in cities. Moreover, it has high implementing costs. All the requirements, including software sensors, cost nearly $100,000. Lastly, it is also dangerous to drive under bad weather, as rain and fog may interfere with various sensors and causing severe car accident eventually. Another resembled technology would be the Automated People Mover System, abbreviated as APM. It refers to trains that use the power rail system to stop in smaller areas. For example, that in the Hong Kong International Airport and the newly constructed South Island line. In terms of the comparatives, APM vehicles are fully motivated, driverless, which are similar to the self-driving car, and it also serves the purpose of traveling. In terms of the contrast, the APMs need a rail guideway system for guiding the lateral movement of the train. Basically, APMs rely on the two rail guideway system with rubber ties on the train rails, and electricity is provided by the rail through the current collectors and motivating the train to move forward. Furthermore, a specific train is usually assigned to serve a specific route, unlike the autonomous car, as they can go wherever it is assigned.
Next, I will talking about some impact of autonomous car. Autonomous car may be affect our people lives, community in Hong Kong or the world. For advantages, how does autonomous car affect us? It maybe has more free time, higher personal productive and efficiency, and reduce in fuel consumption. For higher personal productive and efficiency and more free time, people could spend more time on the car as passengers. No drivers could spend more time on the car or doing something such as reading or no driving. For reduce in fuel consumption, driverless vehicle are designed to increase efficiency in acceleration and braking. They will also have improved fuel consumption. For disadvantages, they are including costly, privacy concern, and personal safety problem. For costly, it may be expensive for the self-driving technology on the car. The cost maybe have $250,000 US dollars. For traffic concern, the car will collect the data of the location where you go the most and send it to the cloud, which be obtained by the hacker. For personal safety problem, hacker can hack into the system and software which may kill the passengers.
And next, I will going to talk about the how driverless car affect the community in Hong Kong. Firstly, it will raise public safety. There are more than 17,000 accidents happened in Hong Kong in 2013, and there are 175 accidents related to alcohol consumptions. So, as driverless car needs no drivers, it can raise the public safety because the drivers will not have to drive, and there will be no drunk driving anymore. And also, it will avoid traffic jam, as driverless car always follow rules and try not to be selfish. And most traffic jams is caused by selfishness in drivers. And next, I'm going to talk about the disadvantages for the driverless car affecting the community. Firstly, it will cause legal problem. As the car crashes, who should we blame? The software designer or the owner. Next, there is a public safety problem due to computer malfunctioning. Computer malfunctioning can cause a huge problem, more than a human error. And also, we need an upgrade in road system and network, as the autonomous car cannot read the blurred sign, and we have to pay more taxes to government to have upgrade in road system. And how the autonomous car affect the world? The title is written by an editor in Forbes, which is a big reputable press. He said that it will increase the economic benefits in the world. Of course, it will decrease the global workforce loss and government expense, as the driverless car can accurately drive in the road. And there are statistics saying that there was $41 billion US loss due to fatal accidents in America. As we can see, that driverless cars can avoid those unnecessary loss. And also, it can reduce carbon emission as the car can use fuel precisely and wisely. And the last, I'm going to talk a big disadvantage for driverless cars, which is unemployment. Around the world, there are many people who earn a living by driving taxis, trucks, and so on. If all driverless cars can be driven in around the world, and those drivers may lose their job. And we confirm that driverless car is absolutely the future. Absolutely the future. Yes, and that's the end of our presentation. Thank you. And now going to be our Q&A session.
Can you explain more about the override function?
An override function means to interrupt the automatic devices of the autonomous car, like the sensors, the central computer, so that the driver can take control of the self-driving car.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Any other questions? So that's the end of our presentation. Thank you.